All right,
But anyway,
are we ready to start our conversation
uh,
about
my
fat
uh,
about
my
fat
I
my
thought
bitches?
you already was, but then you started
my
talking about
my my quick but you asked the question 20 minutes ago or whatever. I, if you want to do a little bit of a history, I mean, go for it. But I think anybody that's gonna pay attention to it already knows
Well,
most of
do
it.
I,
a summarize.
I figured we'd
It's
do like a summarized history. So
Okay.
officially, we're going to be starting the recording here. So we have hello, random people of the internet. Um,
Hello.
we have in Wolf Chat tonight. We have me, Lady, and then we have Kitty, who is our gorgeous
Hello.
black cat, and then we have our aardvark, which is JC, and then we have
Hello.
Jester, our bunny. Now, the boys are here to be the voice of criticism of our trash TV
Uh-huh.
because they don't pay attention to this shit. They know more than they're willing to admit. But they're here to make fun of us for actually paying attention to this shit.
They get the fun job.
They do, because they don't really have to keep up with everything.
That, or if they know way too much about whatever we're talking about, they're going to start yelling at us for exposing them like this.
Or we're just gonna have the random British humor that's just like cold.
Yeah.
So
You won't even say hi. You won't say hi.
no, well, we know Jester doesn't say hi. He just pops in
Okay.
with his random comments.
Okay.
Okay, so we're the main
Hi.
and I'm just gonna clip this out here now and put it at the front of the video. If you are easily offended, we four are not the group for you because we will offend the fuck out of you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, people.
We'll only give a gate. We won't give offense.
The main thing this channel is gonna be for is we're gonna talk about the things we feel like talking about, and whether that be girl world, whether that be trash actual reality TV, or whether it be politics or whatever. This is the channel where this is our conversations on random shit.
Yay, random shit.
So this is going to be our introduction into girl world. And then we have some offshoots into fat acceptance that I want us to talk about at some point. Because those bitches be crazy. Like, you think girl world is crazy, fat acceptance is weirder.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think the main focus for tonight is actually going to be a combination of Amber Lynn and Foodie Booty. Because they have been in some weird drama lately that me and Kitty haven't had a chance to talk about.
No.
And I don't know if Kitty's paid attention to what's going on like I have. But it's weird.
I've been in and out. I got like the gist of it, but I'm not like that deep into it.
Okay, so we will start with Amber Lynn because hers is the most fresh and the most concise.
Okay.
So I think it was it 2018 to 2021? Something like that. Like 2017 to 21 or like 2021 2022. Amber Lynn and her girlfriend at the time, Becky, were dating.
Oh yeah, poor Becky.
Now,
poor Becky.
I will preface this by saying that Becky is not a saint. Becky did things that I don't agree with. She stuck up for Amber in situations where she shouldn't have. But after seeing everything that Becky had went through and hearing her side of the story officially now, I can agree that Becky was definitely manipulated and abused in her relationship. And I know Jester's gonna go, I hate it when people throw those words around, but I think it's warranted in this case. Because he even knows I don't like throwing those words around. Um, from all the evidence that has been presented, Amber Lynn was verbally and emotionally and financially abusive to Beck. And basically lied to her and said that if she quit her job and let Amber financially support her, that it would enable her to spend more time with her family and doing the hobbies and things that she liked. And when her mom got cancer, she convinced her it would allow her to be able to spend more time with her mom. Um, through all the receipts that everybody has presented through Amber Lynn's own videos, that wasn't true. Um, I think it was in 2019 where Beck wound up being heavily medicated by a misdiagnosis, and she was basically a walking zombie.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember
she,
those times.
yeah,
Poor girl.
she like had no social awareness. I don't know if anybody knows very much. But there are some antipsychotics and antidepressant drugs out there that will basically turn you into a shell where you just don't give a fuck. You don't care about anything. You don't pay attention to what's going on. You don't remember what's going on. Um,
They have an extreme numbing effect
yeah,
to
Eh,
your
S-
psyche.
SSRIs like Zoloft
yeah.
do that.
I forget what the medicine was, but my late husband had been put on an antidepressant before I met him. And all of his friends that I talked to that knew him at the time said that the antidepressant basically turned him to the point where he just didn't care. Didn't care about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like me and him talked about it later, and he said that you could have killed his mother in front of him and he wouldn't have blinked. He said he felt nothing for anybody or anything. It just did not matter. And
Yep.
I equate what I saw in Becky to that because that's what from the pictures that I saw and videos I saw of him when he was in that phase of his life, looked
Mm-hmm.
almost identical to her. And she
Yeah.
admits she was on the wrong medication. And she was on the wrong medication for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And during this phase, there's videos of Amber Lynn having Becky drive her around and Becky almost getting into car crashes and like her just not being aware of what's going on, her visibly not responding in a normal manner.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I think a lot of the worst that happened with Becky happened during that time because it was also during that time that her mom was having all of her cancer issues. And
Mm-hmm.
I think between the misdiagnosis with the medication, Amber's manipulative personalities, and then Becky's mom dying, it all correlated into Becky basically shutting down.
Yeah.
And and you
Who
can
wouldn't
see
though?
that. Yeah. Who seriously, who wouldn't?
Yeah. No
So
judgment for her shutting down. Completely
no,
understandable.
it's totally understandable. But there were times where it was the community as a whole could not figure out why Becky was standing up for Amber when it was obvious that she was being so mean to to her. And like people were trying to tell her for years that she needed to leave, that this wasn't right. Um
Meanwhile, it's hard for abuse victims to recognize they're being abused, and then when
yeah.
you enter in, you know, the drugs like what she was on, which pretty much nullified any and all, made her borderline catatonic,
Yeah.
which you know, Amber, you are a real dumb fuck to have had a catatonic person next to an open flame and operating a vehicle with your big ass in it.
Yeah, and like the sad thing was is at the time Amber's community was telling her Beck should not be driving. Why are you letting her drive? Can you not tell that she is not mentally aware enough to be driving? Like all the all the notices on medication that says do not operate heavy machinery, Like Becky was the prime example of that at the time. And
Oh yeah.
it was so dangerous. So we have all of that going on. And it was in September. I want to say it was September of 21 when Becky and Amber finally broke up. So those live streams were wild. There was literal disdain dripping off of Amber towards Becky. Um, One of the clips that I always see people use of Amber is when she looks at Becky and goes, "You broke my heart, and you should feel like a piece of utter shit," or something like that. Um,
Yeah, sweetie. I
and
don't
it's
think
like,
you were
no,
brokenhearted at all.
she wasn't. She moved on to Wipey, Feline, uh, Alexis, or was it Alexis? Was it Feline? No, it was Wipey, Feline, Jade, and whatever other fake name she tried to come up with her. I think
Oh,
Jade.
that's
I think Jade was her real name though, if I remember right.
wasn't there a whole thing at one point where she released something that said something about like the name Francis and like
Maybe it was
this
Francis.
poor girl just got like bombarded by people being like, "Hey, yo, if you're suddenly now into obese white chicks, that's your call, but this one's kind of sort of psychotic and will destroy you as a person."
Well, that's what she tried. That's what she tried to claim, but the community
Mhm.
still holds the opinion that that was her
Yeah.
because
Although I did find the
because
person that they were kind of like, kind of like ganging up on a little bit and be like, "Hey, yo, if you like big white chicks, good on you," because she's a very petite black woman who ended up, everyone was like, let's see, Francis. Oh, it has to be this person.
yeah,
And I felt so bad. I felt so bad.
Jade has her own weird history. I do have to say that Jade was the smart one because she never allowed herself to actually be visible on camera other than her hand. Um,
Good girl.
so Jade was definitely the smart one, and I feel like anybody who who dated Amber after Becky either knew what they were getting into or were only watching Amber's content and not paying attention to what was going on around it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can watch what goes around her stuff and go, oh, this is somebody I want to involve in my life. There's just not. Like, even her feeder girlfriend that she just broke up with, she was
She's not a
naive.
feeder. She definitely didn't go to Crumble Cookie just so she could make really weird porn.
No,
She
she's admitted she's a feeder.
No, I mean Amber. Amber definitely
Oh
didn't make
yeah.
theater porn.
definitely didn't do that.
No, she didn't make feeder porn. She made feeder PG-13. Because according to everybody who's watched that video, and I refuse to watch that video even though I know I could if I wanted to, um,
I don't
they
want to.
say there's no nudity. It's just her really weird, creepily eating a cookie and with her hair covering her boobs. I'm sorry, I don't want to see that. I
Me
already
neither.
cringe when I see full body pictures because I feel so bad for her. Like
Mm,
how do you let yourself get to that point? Like I know I
yeah.
have my own weight issues, but my lord, that
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't let myself get to that point. Like
Oh no.
getting to the point where you can't take care of yourself. Getting to the
Yeah.
point where people are looking at you and going, "Girl, you have a shelf butt." Um like getting to the point where people are taking your picture and comparing the roundness of your face to the roundness of the moon. which is all stuff that has happened. And her face,
Oh,
her face is the biggest anomaly I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a fat chick's face who actually becomes round.
yeah,
Like
that
hers
really
becomes
is something.
round,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah.
and so like I don't know, she's something else. But back to the drama with Beck. Um, so Becky came back a little while ago after something Amber did. I forget what it was.
Yeah,
And
I'm kind of doing the blank on
and
this too.
she decided she wanted to respond. And she
She
decided,
started tagging Becky in
oh
her
yeah,
videos.
she was tagging Becky in her videos, and she was talking about her in other creators' live chats. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, that's always fun.
Becky looked at it as Amber was making money off of her even
Yeah,
after she was gone, and she wanted her to stop.
yeah,
yeah,
because
you don't get to make money off of someone you spent years abusing.
yeah, there's so many stupid things she has said in the last 2 weeks that I'm trying to keep my storyline straight so that they make sense, but they just keep popping into my head. um, but I just so Becky decided to come back to the internet. At first, she thought she was gonna let everything die and she was gonna step away permanently and not use her channel. And she even admits that the size of her channel and the support and the fastness that it has grown is due to the fact that she is one of Amber's exes. She never denies that. She said, and she's always very grateful for the people that are willing to listen to her and the people who are willing
Mhm.
to offer criticism in a constructive manner. There are some people who are just straight up nasty, but that's
Mm.
par for the course for the internet.
Yep.
Um, so she came back to start responding to some of the things Amber was doing. And when she first
Mm-hmm.
came back, you could tell that she was really hesitant and she was dealing with her own stress of confronting Amber, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
she decided to respond to Amber through other reaction channels, which has been very interesting to watch go down. But one of the first things she did when she came back was she reacted to the Tom Harlock videos. Do you guys remember the Tom Harlock? I know Jester won't, but do you guys remember the Tom Harlock videos?
No idea.
I haven't really sat down and watched those. I mean, I kind of watched like just well, it's because Jason told me about it. I watched Sinatra's whole thing on
Is
her.
that Turkey Tom?
I
Turkey Tom.
think so.
Okay, so
Oh, I have seen that video. I didn't know that's who you were talking about. But I definitely saw his video on Amber.
Yeah, so he did his first video on Amber about 4 years ago. And his
Very
video
good
was
video.
actually a really good video. It
It is.
was it was a good overview of her up until that point. And at that point she was still with Becky. Um,
Hmm.
he just recently did another one,
yeah,
like within the last year or so.
within the last 2 months. And
Yep.
so uh on the 25th of January, Becky decided to respond, or she decided to go over that video because people were asking her about some of the things that happened and that he had brought up. And so when she first came back, it wasn't so much about exposing Amber, it was more about her wanting to answer some of the questions that the community had been asking. And
Okay.
I think she felt it was good to start with that video because he presented some of the basic questions that most people had. And then she did some Q&As where like Mr. Snowflake and Jordy and Karina Kaboom and somebody else, maybe Salty Crab, um, had asked their communities to submit questions and they would make a video of the questions and Amber could respond, or Becky could respond or not respond.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Part of me was thinking maybe we could watch Becky's reaction to the Tom Harlock videos so that we understand where she started and where we are now, where she has gone full blown. I'm just going to tell everybody all the dirty secrets because obviously you have no respect for anybody.
Obviously. Yeah, I'm up to watching it. Love Turkey Tom videos.
And Jester has muted himself. We are no longer good enough to talk to.
That's how much this British bunny loves us. That or he's gagging and he's being sympathetic to everyone listening.
Oh no, he's going, why the fuck did I agree to this? And we're going, because you love me. And you like Kitty and JC. So
He's like, no, I'll just tolerate those two. Fuck them.
So, we will see how this goes. And I like her videos, like her structure that she does. She does, like while she's talking, she puts art drawing in the background, which I thought was really cool.
Oh yeah, I like her videos. They're sweet.
I got so many more people interested in the Appalachian folklore and ghost hunting
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and she's doing ghost
hunting
hunting
to get
stuff.
into all of that with you all.
Oh,
right now,
cute.
though, it's currently single digits outside and everything is frozen. So ghost hunting is gonna have to wait until it warms up a bit because it's really
Yeah,
cold
ghost
outside.
hunting in the
But
cold
I've
is
got
not
my
fun.
ghost box, and when I can, I'd love to try out the Estes method at a haunted location. But I've already started some research for the folklore and cryptids, so when I get that script done, I'll definitely be interested.
And
to see what
she's
you
already
guys
got
think.
those out on
I'm
the.
gonna
She's got a couple
also
of
be
those up.
setting up. I want those of you who were concerned for me to know I am coming from a more healed place when it comes to her as a person. The mental abuse took its toll, and still emotionally, I have a lot of work to do. But with some things, I can look back and actually laugh at the ridiculousness of it all. One of these things was the Tom Harlock video from a few years ago. I know he made a video about
the video is
her
like 4
originally,
years
and
old
I don't
now.
think I ever watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I remember that Amber reacted to it on a live stream, and when looking for videos,
He
to
couldn't
react to,
handle
I found
it.
that he reacted.
She
to
cut
her
it off at
reaction
like
to his
15
video.
minutes. It's a
This
40-minute
might be
video.
Too meta,
Wait a minute.
too many layers of
That's
video.
how far she made
but
it
I
into
thought
that
it
video.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Man, that video wasn't even that bad.
No,
Dissing her.
he wasn't even really dissing. She could not handle the British sense of humor. That's what it was. She could not handle the British sense of humor. He was making fun. He was poking at her while also telling her story and offering criticism. She couldn't handle it. Just like I know she wouldn't be able to handle Jester if he decided to actually full throttle go in.
Oh, there are some days I don't know how we
so I guess
survive
we'll
him.
start there.
After all.
So let's get into
I'm
my
a fucking
reaction.
delight. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright lads, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here,
Of
my
course
name is
you
Tom
are,
Harlock
sweetie.
and I do not have an intro, but I have got a point. I am a legend, I am an icon, and I am the moment.
That's true. Rest in peace, Fine.
A copy of my video fell into Amber Lynn's generous lap. During a live stream on my YouTube channel, it was requested of Amber Lynn to react to my video about her, and she did just
Okay, not Turkey Tom.
Not
Gotcha.
know who I am.
Okay,
I do not want
not
to
Turkey
pass
Tom.
up an opportunity.
Alright, what is this?
Oh no, but Turkey
Amberlynn-
Tom's video about him, about her, is very good.
Amberlynn reacted to your video. Please do a reaction to Amberlynn. Okay, this is just everybody asking him to do a reaction.
Actually, she totally knew who Tom Harlock was. She had to have.
And yeah, she tried to say she didn't know who he was.
Uh-huh.
But then she acted.
She knows who all those fuckers are.
She knows who
single one of them.
every reaction channel is, which is why I don't really give two fucks. She can try to come after me, but it's not gonna matter because if she wants to get me off of YouTube, woohoo! I can go to Rumble. Suck it, Amber. You're a bitch.
Hi, Amber. You actually want to come after us? Lose about 300 pounds.
He was.
Take him
So
back.
who's this Tom person? Because if they're boring, I'm not doing it. That's 45 minutes long. I'm not.
I'm not in it.
45 minutes long. Golly, 45 minutes long. If only she knew. Only she knew.
Video and you upload a 3-hour live stream. Shut up.
I'm sitting here wondering how did she even make a 3-hour long live stream? Like, I don't know. I couldn't handle it.
If you guys can't hear it, just say something and I'll turn it up.
Rude and annoying, I'm not
No, I hear him.
That's actually her. That's just how she was about people. She, like, if it's rude or boring or anything like that, I'm not even gonna bother. And if there was one tiny little
She
negative
doesn't even
thing,
know what
it was
boring
just-
is. Her shit
it
is
was
so boring.
So, and I mean,
Like,
it's just
what
like, if
makes
she didn't
her
know
stuff
anything about
interesting
Tom, then
is the
why is she
community, not
already
even
assuming?
her. It's
So,
everybody
I don't know. I just felt like that was
psychoanalyzing
kinda
her.
rude. But what do we expect here?
Put your tongue in your mouth.
I want to say it's one of the newer reaction channels. I think they're called Hecticana or something. But his
Ooh.
opening phrase is, we're about to watch the most interesting, boring person on the internet, or something like that. And it's
What's the one?
Interestingly boring.
What's the one with the dancing cow?
just saying, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. I hit or miss on some of the reaction channels because some of them they don't reduce her down in a way that I can tolerate. Like, sometimes their videos are reduced in a way that I can actually get through them, and then sometimes they're not. So.
Reacting to some boring person, I feel like. I don't know, his name was like Tom. The audacity to call me boring. I'm probably not going to really watch that much of it.
Some boring person.
I make points. Becky. I love Becky. Becky is the...
We love you too, Tom. Tom's the moment.
What we're talking about? Oh yeah, that big lass. Alright, lass, what? Oh yeah, that big lass. Okay, so we already have a fat joke.
Well, bitch, you are fat.
No, I'm gonna let you finish. Actually, no, I'm not.
Lumber, you're not fat. You're morbidly obese.
Slim Amber, shut
I mean, she is fat, though.
You know who Tom Harlock is?
That's the fakest laugh ever.
He's a hater! I'm not a hater. I'm a concerned citizen. Alright.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Becky used to be a fan.
No, he's a hater.
Used to be a fan. But since when was Becky not a fan?
See,
Deservedly.
She had
Oh, he
already
doesn't give two
decided
fucks
right
what
then
she
and there,
thinks
she's
of
like,
him.
You used to be. You are no longer a fan. And yeah, that was exactly why I had to renounce my love for Tom Harlock. And I mean, there you have it. Sorry, Tom.
I didn't hear that come out of her mouth. Stop putting words in her mouth. When they know that my name gets some views, it's so cute. Okay, let's go. In what world do you get me views?
Actually, like, she would also do that too. She would be like, only people who put my name in their videos, that's how they're getting views. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the videos that they don't use your name and they still get the views?
Yes, Amber, we put your name in our videos to get the views because you're a lol cow.
I will happily take whatever the hell from your name.
I will take
Like-
all the views. I will take all the weirdos that come with it because this community is fucking weird. Some of you psycho bitches really need to go outside and touch grass, but that's not the point.
Oh my god,
It's-
you Amber lovers. You really make me sad.
It's not even the Amber lovers, it's the community. Some of them are just weird. They're like hyper obsessed. Like, this is I tell you guys this all the time. This is my trash reality TV. Like, some people watch Lost or 90 Day Fiance, which I sometimes track that. You have people who watch Jersey Shore. This is my Jersey Shore. Okay? We know it's not good.
I used to go down to the Jersey Shore and watch a bunch of schmucky Guidos do their thing.
But like, this shit is my Jersey Shore. I have admitted for years that this is my guilty pleasure is trash TV. Now, if Amber disappeared off the face of the planet tomorrow, I wouldn't bat an eye. But my oh
No,
my, I could not handle all the foodie booty content that people would make if she disappeared.
There's
Because that bitch is nasty.
unlimited locales
Yeah,
on the
there's
internet.
so many more. Especially
look,
if
we really
people
wanted
would
to watch a fat person. There are so many big ass men and women who could fill a spot.
if the people who react to Girl World would just branch off into fat acceptance, some of those bitches are far more interesting than Amber. Far more interesting. And have way more interesting drama going on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Amber's mostly just a wet rag that likes trashy Walmart shit. She's not
Amber
interesting.
Amber is a anomaly. Because she's boring as hell,
Mm-hmm.
but she manages to convince people to like her.
Yeah.
She is an undiagnosed narcissist. And
Oh no, she diagnosed herself.
No. She never diagnosed herself with being a narcissist. She diagnosed herself with CPTSD, um,
Uh-huh. Sure
uh,
she does.
BPD, bipolar, ASMR. That was one of her favorite ones for a while until she realized that did not mean what she thought it meant.
I was say, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
No.
But none of these diagnoses have ever been made by a professional. They're
Yes,
all
they have.
they're
Dr.
all
Reid,
self-done.
professional fat victim.
Oh no, you remember she's called psychologists before.
She's
She's
done
called them.
she's done a consultation.
Never actually went in,
Ooh.
but
No.
talked to him on the phone, so that's good enough for her.
She's used BetterHelp.
That's a scam.
I know it is.
That is so
But
blatantly a
that's where
scam.
that was where she got her original bipolar diagnosis from, if I remember right.
Promo
Oh,
code
what?
lady, BetterHelp.
No,
Oh my god.
no.
Type it right into the prompt. You'll get a 15% discount.
Shut up, JC.
Yay!
You
Found
know.
out Dr. Reid, professional victim, got diagnosed by a scammer.
Such as Obese to Beast, inspiring a new wave of bloggers to pick up the camera.
She is so.
And what makes this all even funnier? So I think this was part of the backstory I forgot to tell you guys, and I don't know if you men know this or not. She started out as a weight loss channel.
Yeah.
Her height is like 5'1", 5'2". Okay? Bear that in mind. She's like 5'1", 5'2". She currently weighs over 500 pounds. At the time of this video, she claims she was like 540, but everybody's relatively convinced that she was closer to 600.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, she
When
found it. She's just really good at finding things.
when she started her weight loss channel, she was 320 pounds.
Sweetie, you have the most backward ass weight loss videos to have ever existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went and okay, so you started at 300 pounds. I'm gonna be nice and go 300 pounds. And then in the time since your first video, you managed to find yourself again and absorb her.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
One of the very few things I will give Amber credit for is that she doesn't often do like mukbang stuff.
Anymore?
Yes, she
You mean
does.
anymore? You mean
Unlike
anymore?
anymore.
No.
Unlike
Anymore?
She
Foodie.
does the mukbang stuff, but she does it in a different way, and she doesn't do it the nasty way that Foodie does. Because Foodie is just fucking gross. Like what pushed me over the edge with Foodie was when she was still in Canada and she pulled a fucking back scratcher out of the drawer of her desk and ate macaroni with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why did you put that image back in my head? I almost forgot it.
That was the moment when I was like, "Oh, I can't do this shit." She is like she is not just nasty in personality; she is nasty in like hygiene and every way
But like
possible.
even like the cats that she had when she lived in Canada, they were like big, fluffy, like part Maine Coon looking
Yeah.
cats. I'm sure that there was hair in every piece of food.
Oh yeah.
Now, I have a big cat, and I brush that cat to no end just to minimize whatever might come off of her. I swear, she must have eaten enough of that of her cat's hair to make 2 or 3 more cats.
Yeah, I have a short-haired dog. I sometimes find his hair in places where it shouldn't be, and I'm like, "Why is your hair here?"
Mm. Oh, I'm convinced if I breathe, I'm breathing out dog hair from my Labrador.
But no, but Foodie is just like Foodie is another animal altogether. She is nasty on every level. Her personality is nasty. Her videos are nasty. The way she treats her community is nasty.
Her husband's nasty.
Her husband is. Mm-mm. We're
He-
gonna save that for the Foodie Beauty side. All right, back to Amber.
He's a different video. He's a different video. He's his own video series.
Her fake
The only
husband is something else.
the only salad she ever liked.
So
And I don't care what his actual name is, I'm gonna keep calling him Salad.
yeah, I need Scoot to show back up. I miss Scoot. Scoot was my Kuwait insight. Everybody, I found it so funny when everybody else was like Googling Kuwaiti law, and then Scoot would show up, and I'd go, "Scoot, I got questions."
Oh yeah, and he's like,
He was like,
no,
"What?"
everything she says is a lie.
So this is how you turn a 30-minute video into a 3-hour stream.
Yes.
Derail.
Fine.
Wait,
Back.
wait, have you not known us for years? Are we new to you now?
Apparently.
Irate right now. I can just I see that look in her eye. She's ready to freaking pop. Now.
My name gets some views. It's so cute. Okay, let's go. In what world do you get me views?
She should have popped a long time ago.
She would also do that too. She would be like, only people who put my name in their videos, that's how they're getting views. And I'm like,
I will take all the
well,
views.
what about the videos that they don't use your name and they still get the views,
The weight loss community on YouTube has started as well recently. With
Oh, don't worry, we'll
channels
use
such
all
as
you fat
Obesity,
bitches for the views.
inspiring a new wave of vloggers to pick up the camera.
She is so irate right now. I can just,
yeah, she just
I see
looks pissed.
That look in her eye. She's
like,
ready
you don't
to
even have to
freaking
know her
pop.
to notice she's
Amber
pissed.
first came on my radar around a month ago, right?
It's almost like he stole her cookie.
People. You're unsubscribing. Becky's unsubscribing. No, you're not. You're just saying that to please Amber, so she gives you an allowance this month. Let's be.
Listen, I knew if I didn't say something like that, I would hear so much about it later on, and I was just saving myself an argument.
And
That's
see,
the truth.
that is so sad that she has to like verbally say I've unfollowed him to avoid an argument.
Yeah,
She might catch a smack if rumors are to be believed.
No, Becky has said that Amber was never physically abusive to her.
It was the previous one, I think.
Um,
Destiny.
I don't know if Destiny ever confirmed. Destiny said that she did throw a Mountain Dew bottle at her. Um, Destiny said that she has also admitted to hitting her first girlfriend and her the Crystal. Not Crystal's not her first one. Cassie is.
Oh my
Or
god, a
Casey.
narcissistic
I
land
forget what
will
name.
hit people?
I forget what name she goes by now. But her first girlfriend that she accused of raping her, um, is the one that she originally is known to have hit. And then Amber, somewhere along the line, had admitted to hitting Crystal, who was the slightly mentally handicapped one. Like, Crystal wasn't dumb, but she was a little bit slow. I guess that's the
Yeah.
right way to put it. It was
Yeah.
obvious that she wasn't as advanced mentally as the rest at that age. Um, but
She
she
wasn't
admitted to
very
hitting her,
quick.
and then Destiny has come out and said that Amber threw things at her when they would get in arguments. Now, bear in mind, all this is back when Amber is anywhere between 300 and 400 pounds.
Oh yeah,
So,
she could have potentially actually gotten off her ass.
yeah, so
Shocking.
by the time she was with Beck, she was closer to 500, and there's a couple rumors where um if you take some of the information she has in some of her videos with Weight Watchers, that if you actually do the calculations out based on the numbers she gives, she was closer to 700 pounds at one point.
I believe it.
Um, Beck did say that she never got hit, but she did say that at some point she heard that Jade got hit.
Ooh.
And as far as we know, Emily never got hit. So,
Emily, you must have been the favorite.
so we 3 out of 5. Um, no, four out of 6. My bad, I had the wrong number. So as of right now, we have accusations and slash confirmations of 4 out of 6 where she has been physical with her partners. Yeah.
If it's one, it's all of them. Just whether they admit it or not. If you're a physical abuser,
Or
you physically abuse everybody.
I don't think Amber was physically able to make contact with Beck in
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
But it is,
She was way too big to get up and actually swing at Becky at that point.
yeah, and a lot of their time, a lot of hers and Beck's time together was actually spent in a shared household. So I don't think she would have physically gone after Becky. Even though
Oh yeah.
they did move out for like the last year and a half of their relationship, but I don't at that point she was super big. I don't think she would have risked Becky leaving over something like that.
Honestly, I'm surprised she survived and didn't, like, just die from not eating after Becky left for however long.
Well, there was no gap between Becky and Jade living
I
in the
was I was
house.
I was gonna say Kitty is, from what I can tell. Admittedly, I'm not that plugged in, but whenever she smells the wind of change coming, she goes into her DMs and
Yeah.
finds another one and lines it up before.
Oh, so she just goes into her DMs and looks for another
Mm-hmm.
live-in maid nanny nurse person. Got it.
Yeah, all of her girlfriends after Destiny have
Mm-hmm.
been people that have come from her DMs.
And they just zip right in. Like
Yeah,
as soon as one leaves, the next one just walks in, like walks past them in the doorway.
pretty much. Jade,
So,
the separation between Jade and Emily is the longest that we've ever seen.
mm-hmm.
But there were a few long distance fake fakeations in there,
Mm-hmm.
as I call them.
Mhm.
There was a scandal where Amber was the other woman for a while.
That was mostly bullshit, from what I can tell. That was
They
they were fucking with her, with those
the
two.
they were claiming a bunch of different things, but I am just going to go where Amber was the other woman because whether it was real or fake, Amber was the other woman.
Mhm.
So
Um.
I find that hilarious because she wants to act like she's the sexiest thing on the planet, and my God, that just brought up a whole other memory about how she constantly eye fucks herself.
I have a question for the lesbians of like the gay community. Okay,
Because we
look.
are not lesbians. All of us here
No,
are
not.
straight as fuck.
Oh yeah. Now look, I don't know like what the dating pool is like for y'all, but how dried out is it if the person you are looking to touch is Amber? I mean, there's got to be easily 5 to 10 million
There's
better
got to be
looking
somebody
lesbians.
better.
Yeah,
It's either
there's got to be way better.
it's either fetish or clout chasers.
Get a
That's
new fetish.
And
Get new fetishes.
I'm leaning towards. I think the last one was definitely fetish.
Oh yeah.
She's confirmed fetish. Jade, I don't know. I think Jade was a mixture of clout chaser and fetish. Or money chaser and fetish, whichever you want to put it. I think Jade saw the money that Amber was earning at one point and thought she could get in on that and didn't realize all the shit that Becky was doing for Amber to have access to all that.
Becky was just pitiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
That's all
babe,
she was.
FYI, you ever ask me to wipe your ass? I am going on a very, very, very long vacation.
Don't worry, I'll just buy a lot of washcloths. It'll be fine.
You'll have to
Look. I will take care of my partner if the medical need arises. But if you put yourself in a situation where you have purposely deteriorated your health to that point, I will not help you. Which is what Amber did. She purposely deteriorated her health to the point that that was what was needed.
You ever see the infomercials for like that grabby stick that you put the toilet paper in it and you wipe your butt? I don't think that could even get to Amber's butt at this point. Because
I
she
think
kind of like gave herself like T-Rex arms.
Amber does have fucking T-Rex arms.
She definitely developed herself T-Rex arms. She's so big that her normal arms are now the equivalent of T-Rex arms. So, I mean, she probably has several of those goddamn sticks. I don't think they've made an extendable version yet, so I'm pretty sure.
Don't worry.
How does Amber clean her ass crack?
Don't worry, Kitty. You're just my employee, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, Jester shit sticks.
Okay.
Why are you typing?
Honey, my paychecks haven't come yet, so I'm a really shit employee.
Well, don't worry. My clout isn't great, so neither one of us are.
And Kitty, and don't forget, you still have to pay taxes even though you didn't earn anything as his employee. That's the newest fucking claim she's doing, where she's trying to act like she's better than Becky, and she keeps going, I paid taxes and she didn't pay taxes the entire time she was with me. Well, no shit, you stupid idiot. She didn't have an earned income the entire time she was with you.
Yeah, Amber, you kind of tried the Stockholm syndrome.
You didn't give her a 1099.
Yeah,
she can't pay taxes because she didn't have a 1099 to claim it.
Yeah, she wasn't paid anything.
No.
She had no earned income. She's not gonna pay taxes, you fucking cow.
She probably did, before she unfortunately met you, and she probably does now that she's
Yeah, now that she's working on her
a
own.
good distance away from your Jabba the Hutt looking ass. Yeah. Gobble wobble.
Anyway, all right. Let's continue on Bex. 6 minutes into the video, an hour into the recording.
Yay!
Stop pausing every 2 seconds. I'll pause every 1 second.
Fuck it.
I'll pause every half a second.
I'll
Just
pause
like
every
every
quarter
other
second,
reaction.
bitch.
Pause every millisecond.
We're
But
gonna
I
have a
really
pause
hope that there's
battle.
somebody out there who literally has made an entire compilation of just words she has mispronounced, because that was most
Oh yeah,
of our
and apathetic
relationship
facts.
was me correcting her vocabulary. And I mean,
I
I'm
don't
not
really
the type
care
of
for
person
her
to do that,
videos.
but whenever it happens so
Becky,
often, I
we
just
are on
had
it.
to.
Maybe.
Bad and ate badder. So it felt kind of mean making so many
But
jokes.
batter is a
As
word.
bad as it is, that's literally me. I talk bad and I eat batter. I mean, that's literally the moral of the story. Batter's not even a fucking word. I know,
I talk
batter's not a
batter.
word. I'm just saying it because he did.
No,
I guess it is.
batter is a word.
Batter is a word, all right.
I'm sure he didn't get anything for it.
It just doesn't
That's the
sound
joke.
right in the
I talk
context.
bad, Nate. Bad.
Yeah.
You heard the accent there. I'm taking the piss out of you, love, and you know that, or you're too dense to realise. Either way.
She's too dense to realize.
People create these other like.
I agree with you,
stories to my
Becky.
life, and
I agree with
really
you.
feel like that's the reason why I have
Is
so
she
much
dense?
meaning.
I don't know. She seems pretty spongy to me.
So it's almost like I should be saying thank you to the hater nation, you know?
You should be saying.
She should, because I feel like that's what's gotten her the most money, and I think that she knows that. So I feel like, in a way, she revels in any attention that she gets, whether it's good or bad. She eats
Oh, she
it up.
does. She eats up all the attention.
Thank you to the hater.
Because she's an attention
Truly, I'm
whore.
not part of it, but you should be saying thank you, because if it wasn't for all these reaction channels
You
talking
don't-
about you,
You don't put your
Attention
whole life.
meditation.
Well, I mean, we
The
gotta
bird
have
finally.
Jester say whore.
What?
Yeah, she's
Call
an
them a
attention whore.
I was just saying that maybe attention is tasty. That's why she's so.
But you're missing the point of what I want. On purpose.
He wants you to yell the word whore.
Okay.
Oh, to be fair, if anybody's going to yell whore, it's going to be Kitty.
Oh, me? Okay. Wait, I do?
Why are you muting again? Where are you going, honey? Jester running away like always?
Just recreate the Goodfellas thing, Kitty.
She's a whore.
There's a whore at 7B!
All right, give me a minute here. I actually got to get into it now.
She's an attention whore.
Look, all right, that whore in 7B, a big fat ass attention looking whore.
There you go.
no one would give a
You're
shit.
so weird.
Her head just exploded. Her ego literally just shot through the freaking roof and went to the freaking moon. I'm not kidding you.
And she circled her moon face at the same time.
Nice.
Yay!
Passive
my-
aggressive. Nice.
Oh my god! Oh, like okay. I love where you pause.
I know.
Moon face. Like seriously, even like the man in the moon has that dark shit around his friggin' eyes. If
I
ever watched,
told
like,
you.
any cartoon.
She's got one of the most circular faces I've ever fucking seen on a fat bitch. Like,
Excuse me, ladies.
And
Luna
meanwhile,
face.
you know what? You know what though? That like
no, not Luna face.
Tom's face. Tom, you're the look of absolute abstract terror on your face. Well, next to this, warranted, bro. Warranted.
See, what we do is we clip Tom's face and we put it over hers.
I can just see it all over her face right now.
Uh-huh.
Who's that? I've never seen that before.
She definitely knew who Zach was. Her and Zach were on again, off again friends for a little while.
I don't
Actually,
know
I
why.
wouldn't say friends.
I don't know why any reaction channel in their right minds would ever communicate with her ever in any
Content.
way, state, or in any way, shape, or form.
Shape or form.
Yeah.
Content. Exact content. Exclusive. Exclusively formatted to their content. Because they can start the kind of bullshit with her that meets their agenda and will get them the most shit out of their people. Which, right on, go for it, bro. Make the coin.
I find it funny when she gets all offended when those DMs leak, and it's like, what do you think was gonna happen?
I thought everyone was gonna pat me on the head and tell me I'm a good girl and that I'm too naive to try and make friends with these bad people.
Oh, Jester has a point. Maybe she's one of the Thomas the Tank Trains.
Her daddy was Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh my god.
FYI, DMs are never private.
No.
Ever.
Well, I mean, it depends on who.
true.
It depends on who you're talking to.
Delete.
But no, the best way to handle DMs outside of people that you actually trust is you treat it like a work email.
Yeah.
You hope that it's only seen by the person that it's intended to, but you write it as if it's going to be seen by the world. Then.
Amber, just get used to writing that way for the rest of your life. Please.
I think she thought that they were more friends than they actually were.
Nobody's your friend.
There's another fat shaming thing.
How is it a fat shaming thing when you're sat there eating a rotisserie chicken and I say you're eating a rotisserie chicken? I'm pulling fat.
I'm just saying, what is the ridiculousness of just sitting down and tearing into a whole chicken? Like, what is that? Who does? I get it. I've seen like a few mukbangs that were just really crazy people.
Look, I will say, I have never torn into a rotisserie chicken in that way, but I have deboned the rotisserie chicken and eaten the rotisserie chicken throughout the day as a snack. Because that's how you're supposed to do it.
I'll eat the shit out of a rotisserie chicken, but not on a fucking stream.
No, not in a video, not on a stream. You're not going to see me peeling the skin off with my fingers. I'm going to debone it in the kitchen into a plate or a container. And then I'm going to munch out of that container for the rest of the day.
Oh my
Does she
God,
like
you're a normal
border meat?
person?
Would she be better off if she like took up smoking or something? Like,
supposedly she vapes. But
no, because you can vape indoors. Smoking, you have to get up and go outside.
See, just
that wouldn't help her.
That's too hard. She can't stand up to get to the
Yeah,
door.
you can't smoke a cigarette and eat at the same time. You have to do one or the other. But a vape, you can do that.
Look, honey,
like sipping a drink.
She is currently, or was currently, and has in the past taken semaglutide and the Ozempic, the shots that are meant to kill your appetite and help you lose weight.
Yeah, I don't think it's that she's always hungry. I think she's just bored eating.
No. I think she's just eating. Well, yeah, I guess bored eating would be the right term for it. But she's taken those shots trying to help with that, like what she calls food noise. And she eats through it and makes herself sick. Like those things are supposed to like suppress your appetite and suppress your desire to even want to eat. And she's gained weight while taking them. It's like she had COVID. She had COVID 2 weeks ago, and she was eating just to eat so that she could feel something.
Okay, when I had COVID, I could have probably eaten a ghost pepper and not felt anything.
Yeah, I think
I had lost my taste.
Yeah, she went and got like some of the really hot chips And she's like, I'm just eating because I want to feel something in my mouth while I'm eating. And this is burning my mouth. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Even while you're sick and have no taste buds, you are consuming. You're putting hot sauce on everything just so that you can feel the burn while you eat it. You're a fucking food addict. What the like everybody's always like, oh, she's a food addict, she's a food addict. And like until that, I didn't really believe that she was a food addict. I believed that she was just boredom eating.
Oh yeah.
But after that, I'm like, no, she's a fucking food that's addict behavior. That's not normal. In any way, not even that's not normal boredom eating either. Like to be her size, you're not eating normally anyways, but she doesn't do anything with her life. She doesn't go out, she doesn't drive, she doesn't leave the house.
She can't.
She
Fit into pants.
So I understand the boredom eating side, but when she had COVID and she was eating just to eat to feel something and was ordering spicy food just to feel it, that was when it cemented in my mind that she is definitely a food addict and she needs to be in some sort of rehab. She needs to be in an inpatient care.
2 hours later.
Well, we have to get back to Amber eating a rotisserie chicken. since we spiraled into everything.
Yeah, that was like 5 hours ago.
Eating just like massive table loads of food, like, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna have a mukbang with a rotisserie chicken, you should at least just cut it up into some portions, you know. Maybe.
Yeah, the way she did it was just
and I remember how everybody was like, she ate the whole chicken. She ate almost the whole chicken. I assumed because she knew it would get views.
I'd be rude, I'd be a bitch, I'd be etc, etc. You are rude and you are a bitch because you do say stuff like that to your significant others. About this rotisserie chicken, I love it.
Yes, Tom. Yes. Absolutely.
You are rude. You are a bitch.
She can't take it. That's how she's always been. Just be like very sly things that even I wouldn't catch in the moment. Like after the breakup, I watched things back that like opened my eyes.
Yeah, the community was always like, did Beck not just hear the way she spoke to her?
And that people wouldn't catch on to it, but they would. And they would either confront her about it or they would confront me about it and want me to talk to her about it. Or would basically just be like, don't say anything because I know it's going to be an argument.
I did this for views. For clickbait. Oh, you did it for views, did you, love? Thank God you finally admitted something. Well done. Look.
Yes, I'm so glad she admitted it because that was definitely one thing that happened a lot behind the scenes. Lots of clickbait, thumbnails, things that
just like we're doing this for views.
I don't care if it's
we're not afraid to admit it, Amber. We're doing this for views.
I'm even gonna mention it in the video. I just want people to click on the video. So
all your crazy
I don't know, I always felt like that was really
flop.
misleading, but
Yell
you know,
at us.
whatever.
Wow. First uploaded a video titled Nervous and
What was that look?
I forgot about that look.
Oh my that goodness. Look right there, I know that look, and that's the I'm freaking killing you look. I've seen that look so many times.
Her
head looks like it weighs about 80 pounds.
That's for sure.
Her head is
really
just
grasp the fact that she's not a good person. She really has herself fooled. She really thinks that she is very empathetic.
No. Yeah, she thinks she's an empath.
No.
See, people were actually really rooting for her at one point, and even it seemed like he genuinely was, and it's just...
Yeah, when she first came onto YouTube, people were rooting for her. But if you go back and watch some of her really early content where she's making excuses, she hasn't matured or changed at all. No. It's the same excuses, it's the same tone, it's the same everything. She hasn't changed a bit. And it's...
He's lucky Foodie got boring and she had some weird shit happen to her.
Yeah.
She became a train wreck, and I feel like she felt it was more important to be a train wreck for views. I mean, she knows if she loses weight, she's gonna lose those views.
No, it's not the weight that makes her a train wreck. What makes her a train wreck is her personality and the way she treats others and the way she uses her weight as a weapon towards everybody.
Yep.
Because I have seen I guess you'd call them AI generated images where they've taken her pictures and they've put them into the programs that simulate what it looks like if you lose the weight and you get down to what's appropriate for your body structure. I have seen those pictures. And if she actually had done it when she was younger, she would have been very attractive physically.
Yeah.
But her personality is what makes her unattractive. It's what makes her a nasty person. It is what makes her the lolcow that she is because she can't handle the criticism.
No.
Like they for some reason her and Foodie seem to think that lolcow means that people laugh at them. No, it means that you make enough content for us to be able to laugh at your antics.
Yep. Although when she was on Locale Live, she got really mad because Mr. Poop Fetish got really mad that Keemstar didn't pay her.
Oh, Foodie? Yeah, we'll talk about that when we do Foodie.
Why are you opening your hand? What are you waiting for? A rotisserie chicken? Anytime you hear anything negative about you, all you cherry pick sentences. Not even that. I'm not even going to give you.
She actually would do that in real life too.
Visiting her girlfriend Chris.
Oh.
Alright, so what Becky actually, I don't think she meant to, but she accidentally cut it off. What Tom actually goes on to say is you don't cherry pick sentences, you cherry pick words. Which is true. She will cherry pick the fuck out of some words. You watch her do it in live streams, you watch her do it in videos, you watch her do it in her community posts. She will cherry pick the fuck out of a few words or phrases that you make.
How was she supposed to be a professional victim? Yeah.
By holding out her victim card.
Yeah, that was a sore subject for her. The reason it was a sore subject for her because, they had a falling out and she couldn't grasp her head around the fact that she just, she was always the common factor in her relationships ending. Even friendships, like, all the time.
Yeah.
And,
all your relationships end badly.
She never seemed to understand why.
There's only
Crystal
one common denominator.
Cut Amber off. And she just, it was just a very touchy subject for her after that. It's just, and you mentioned of Crystal, it wasn't good.
That's when I got the phone call that my grandma said I can't live with her anymore.
Because you're an absolute nightmare.
And imagine a Brit getting the states wrong. Because that's what she goes on about here, is how he got the states wrong that she lived in.
Of course, he's not in this country. He doesn't have to know it.
Her grandma didn't want her living there because, everybody knows how hard Amber is to live with. And, her and her grandma just didn't get along. They had a fight before Amber left. And, her grandma was like, you can't move back. Which her grandma, kind of was a mess herself. But, that's a whole different story. It's not for me to speak on. But, you know how I feel.
And see, that's the difference between Beck and Amber. Beck goes, that's not for me to speak on. The relationship between Amber and her family, Beck continuously says, is not for me to speak on. It is not mine to share. But Amber's over here and saying shit left and right about everybody's family. Talking about how she has tea on Destiny because her brother's a drug addict or did drugs or whatever at some point. And how she's got tea on Beck because her family talks to her still. And it's just so stupid.
Families can be.
He needs to like have his facts right.
I would like to take this moment to
I
sincerely.
feel like the only fact he got wrong was the states.
Yeah, that's the
She's
only
just
fact he
finding
got
things
wrong was
to
the
nitpick and
states.
get mad about.
With what money were you buying your own food? The money that Crystal's parents gave you?
But they would give us the money.
Yes!
Yeah.
So you're not happy now?
Yeah,
Thank you if you
Crystal's
watch this, I know you
Crystal's
are, you're a massive
parents
fan.
funded their
Listen,
life.
She would talk about
Fucking
all
hell.
the time how she just
People.
wasn't.
Yeah, until she broke up with Crystal and she left. I think her parents gave her like 3 months to get out or 2 months, whatever. She's never confirmed, but that's my personal opinion. But when her and Crystal broke up, the whole time her and Crystal were together, Crystal's parents paid for everything.
Yeah, and Crystal was the best gravy train she ever sunk her big fat maw into.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the parents were like, get the fuck out.
I'm actually really happy. Like in mine and Eric and Ricky's home, like she's like, this is not my home, and I don't feel welcome here, and I don't feel at home, and yeah.
62.
She is literally 2 seconds from
Which is a
quitting
typical tactic
this
to
entire
separate
thing. She doesn't
people
she doesn't make it
from
much
their
further, I can
support
tell.
group.
And you want it so bad that it eats you up inside.
What is happening? Is this a letter to herself that she's reading on camera? Yeah, I mean, and it's cringy for her to be saying that it's cringy because it is true. That was when she was more genuine and like whatever, and now it's just a totally different person. Like you could tell she was just a kid. She was softly spoken.
No, it's
She was
still the
shyer,
same
and
person.
then now it's just a totally different person. Like what happened? Like there was some kind of corruption somewhere. I really do feel
No, it's still the same person. Because I've seen a bunch of the older stuff. It's the same person. She just became more bold.
She took the mask off.
She didn't have to mask it as much once she moved out into certain circumstances. Once she realized the areas that she could push things, she became more bold. It's still the same person, still the same personality, because like I said, if you pay attention to what she says in her original videos and you pay attention to what she says now, it's the same fucking thing. Same excuse, same tone of voice, same everything. She hasn't grown up.
She's stunted. She's self-stunted.
I don't know if she's stunted or if she's just stupid.
I
feel like it was the money and the
I'm not sure.
attention. I don't know, the views. Like I think it was the limelight, the sort of fame that she was getting from it.
Because
I think that's
she gets praised on her following by the
contributed
FBI.
to the entire train wreck and why it keeps getting worse.
Have you heard
and
that
why
one?
it will not get better. It's because it brings in
Screen, and
Yes,
that
I
speaks
watches her because I love her.
Also, you telling me that Becky, Amber Lynn, Ricky, Eric, no one in that household has watched this video? Liars. Absolute liars. My video's got 1.2 million views and it mentions her name. It'll be on our homepage. She lives and dies on YouTube.
That's true.
Oh, we didn't. I mean, they totally could have, but I didn't. I wasn't. I didn't watch YouTube like that. I was on YouTube and I was like, wait, I know who that is. And I was thinking, he's got a YouTube? That's cool.
Oh, babe, that's sad.
What did I say? I can't actually remember if I did unsubscribe or if I just told her I unsubscribed. There was no hard feelings there.
Well, I mean, if she didn't even know he was on YouTube, there's nothing to unsubscribe from, because she obviously wouldn't have been subscribed to him.
Yeah.
So either A, Beck is lying about not knowing he had a YouTube at the time, or she said it just to make Amber happy, which I think is more likely.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It
You
is.
want to keep Jabba the Hutt happy so he doesn't eat you.
Oh, God. Oh, we're horrible.
I just did it because I knew. That's exactly what she wanted me to do.
Okay, so Becky just said.
And now he only puts out like one video a year.
She used to be a fan of him.
He might do shorts, but long form videos he's only like one a year.
Type of way. And if you feel like watching this video is going to send you on a downward spiral, then I wouldn't want you to watch it. But if you watch for like 10 more seconds, you would see that I am encouraging. I am disappointed in who you are now because it's not who you were in the beginning. And that's why people don't fucking like you. It's nothing to do with the fact you're super morbidly obese.
Yeah, see, he's saying the same thing all of us say every time.
Is exactly what it is.
It's not because you're fat.
In the past, I'm like, dude,
it's because you're a cunt.
It's not because you're fat. It's because you're a bitch. You're a horrible person. You treat people around you like trash. You treat the community that supports you and pays you like trash. And then you have the gall to act like it's our fault that you can't fucking lose weight.
Maybe if she put half as much effort into losing weight as she did into scamming people for all those years, she would have made some progress.
And she can't go, oh well, when fat YouTubers become skinny, they don't ever make any money because Obese to Beast went from like 500 pounds, 500 or 600 pounds. I think he was 600 pounds at his heaviest when he started losing weight. But he went from that down to a healthy size and still makes content to this day. And still has a really good following.
Now he's hot.
Yeah.
Now he's a beast, so now more people want to follow him.
Well, and he morphed his content.
People will root for you if you're actually losing weight. Like if you're checking in and showing like, oh, now I'm 450, now I'm 420, now I'm 390. People will tune in for that. It's inspirational.
It is. I think the turning point for Amber was really the first time she ever did a mukbang video, and it got 500,000 views.
Oh no.
I think that was the turning point for her. From trying to lose weight to just pretending to lose weight.
See, you mukbang freaks, this is all your fault. Thank you.
You still there, Jester? Or have we bored you?
Yeah, after that.
It's not your weight. It's because of the kind of stuff you do and say to people.
He hates this shit.
To say that I only have views because of you, no, you're absolutely wrong. The only reason you have views is because you stuff your face on camera and you emotionally.
Oh shit!
Number 3.
And if anything,
he basically just said what I said.
Brought her.
Yeah. I wanted her to watch my video in her own free time. I know she got.
And maybe hoping something would sink in, but you know, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing for her ever sinks, and it just.
And yet she's so spongy.
It just falls back into the chaos. So. There is the current drama that's going on with Wipegate, as everybody's calling it. Which I find hilarious.
Wipegate.
So
well, she's had like 2 in like 6 months, so
something like that. So Becky came out and got pissed at something Amber said and told everybody that the reason that Amber used to use wet washcloths to wipe her ass. And the way she would do it was she would put it on the corner of the sink and then turn around and run it through her ass crack.
That poor sink.
And so, to begin with, when she was using Eric and Ricky's washcloths, she threw them away. But then when Eric and Ricky realized that they were losing washcloths, they came to Amber and Becky asking what was going on. Becky refused to lie about it. Amber started buying washcloths. Apparently, now Amber demanded that Becky wash the washcloths.
No.
Yes.
No. Look, one time I got my own dog
And
duty
if
on
you're
my
not
shoe.
sure
I threw the
what I'm
cloth
talking
away.
about, just
Yeah.
hang on. We will get to it. But I
It's-
started thinking about so during tensions between her and Beck were kind of high. And
this stream here was the one where it was first discovered that it was true that Becky had been wiping Amber.
Ew.
in this particular stream, Amber sets the tone of it by revealing or almost revealing some very personal info about Beck.
Becky is saving herself for me so we can break that dry spell. She hasn't been dry.
Ew.
Shut up. Okay.
Wait, no. You know how bad I want to say something, but I won't for you.
You're not.
I won't for you.
In the name of Twinkie, you will get your hand off of me right now and hush.
And remember, this is after they broke up. They were in a relationship during the stream. This is after they broke up.
Wait, you don't like my hand anymore?
Well, because I know what you're trying to talk about over there.
Y'all, a hootenberry happened, and I will not tell you the hootenberry.
Nothing happened.
But I give it about a month, and she'll let me.
Oh, shit.
So just be holding on then. It just happened too soon. It was like a few days ago.
I will fight for custody for Twinkie, and she'll be mine.
Her face.
I mean, to be fair, if Becky actually took her to court for custody of the pets, they would give them to her.
The person who can fit out a front door or the chick who's too big for pants? Who's a better dog person?
Okay.
So you could tell by Beck's face throughout that whole clip that they were kind of feeling uncomfortable after what Amberlynn had said. But they move on and the two of them decide to play a question and answer game.
How do we play this? What do we do?
Basically, I'll read a card and me and you decide who to give it to.
Ooh, okay.
So a fairly benign question gets...
I've named every car I have. I've had.
Yeah, that car out there is mine. I didn't get to name it.
Why do you want to fucking name it, Amber?
Okay, so this boils down to like car names. And how people who have cars name their cars. And Becky goes, well, I named all the cars I had. And Amber goes, well, I own that car out there, and I didn't get to name it.
Who named it?
Becky did, but the only reason Amber bought it was because she destroyed Becky's original car with her weight. And then that car that Becky managed to leave with was really fucked up too.
Now that car is mine. Who's the one that takes it to get all their oil changes?
Becky.
With it? Who's the one that drives it? Who's the one that would take care of it? Come here. Come here.
And see, that right there was when everybody first had confirmation that Becky has been wiping her ass. Because it's like we all assumed and understood that during her hysterectomy she would need some help in the bathroom. This is understandable. Medical issues. Perfectly understandable. During the healing time, while everything is very sensitive, you gotta have a little extra help.
Yeah, it is very painful when you get cut down there.
According to Becky, it went on from the day of the hysterectomy, or even before, all the way through to the day they broke up. And then Amber is trying to claim that it was 9 months.
Okay. Amber, as soon as the fucking stitches come out, the pain goes away and you can wipe your own ass.
Such a fucking lie. Oh my god.
That is not. Okay, let's to read more. 1, 2, 3.
Me.
Now, after this happens, Amber's first response is to go after Beck, but she actually stops herself.
She does.
Becky, she does this thing where
you can tell she is pissed now. Becky is just like trying to relax and have fun with the stream. Amber is pissed. You can tell she's so angry.
Never mind, I can't say it.
I probably would rather you didn't.
And now watch Amber's face as it starts to set in that the viewers could have heard Beck. And you'll notice that Amber's face starts to get red, either out of embarrassment.
No, it's red out of
out
anger.
Of rage.
It's anger.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's not embarrassment, right?
No. That's rage because she also poked her tongue into her cheek. Those are in the tightness of her lips. That's all signs of rage.
Mm-hmm.
That's her trying to put on a mask of not bothered, and she's failing miserably.
I'm sorry, you just Okay, go.
And now she's fake laughing.
My face is burning because that was a hootberry for sure.
A hootberry.
Then Amber starts to read the chat and notices that they did in fact hear what Beck said, and she immediately goes into deny mode, and she signals to Beck to lie to the audience and play it off as a joke.
I'm not a flat earther. I just joke
No, you
about
are.
it. Just like
You are a.
joke about things that you just joke
You are
about.
a
That wasn't
flat
even
earther
funny
and a
because I
moon
wasn't
landing
on the
denier and chemtrail conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Becky, let me text you real quick.
Amber, you check off all the fuck nuts boxes.
I'm gonna text Becky real quick.
What is it you can't say out loud?
Hold on.
Just like everybody now tries to say, oh, well, she's not as big as she was in this. I think she is. I think she's just using the filters that Foodie Beauty does.
Oh yeah.
Because when she got her nails done with her mom when she first went to Oklahoma, her face was this big.
Mm-hmm.
Because none of the filters were on.
Yeah. Also, I would like to put $20 on she was texting Becky, run bitch.
I think she was texting Becky to not say anything else.
Becky, I hope after this you ran.
Oh. Yeah, you can't joke about stuff like that. People take you serious.
Well?
Don't
be saying the things that you were saying.
Okay, but you can't joke about stuff like that.
Okay, then don't be joking about the things you were joking about.
Now, in the next live stream, Amber decides to actually come
But it wasn't
clean,
a joke,
so to speak, and be honest with the audience.
Not a joke.
Becky saying she has wiped you in the past. She did. She did. After my hysterectomy, Becky helped me a lot. A lot.
So after that, the wiping thing just kind of became lore and people moved on. And then in January,
it became lore that
Amber
people
begins
didn't
doing
forget.
members-only streams.
It was a
and
joke.
In the very
It
first
became a
one,
community
she starts
joke.
talking about Beck.
Yes, me and Beck did not have a great relationship.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Her first members live stream, somebody kept asking her questions about Beck, and I think that's also what drew Beck back out.
I was unhinged. I am fully accountable of that. Like, there were really good parts to our relationship. I will stand by that as well. But it wasn't the greatest. I was in such a bad spot majority of our relationship. And I regret a lot. And I think what sucks though is like, it takes two to tango. And I will never in a million years say anything.
It takes two to tango in sex.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take two. It doesn't take two to tango in being mean to each other.
Mm-hmm. Also, you're about to say, Amber, that you wouldn't do something. Why are you lying to the nice people?
Personal about Beck. There are things that I know. There
You
are obviously
liar.
like I was with them for years, but I still choose to like not do that and like take a different stance. Like I can't sit here and just say all these horrific things.
After basically saying that she and Beck were equally awful to each other in their
Yeah, okay.
relationship and
Yeah.
a lewd relationship, and for making everyone think Beck was a bad partner when they had done so much for Amber.
And though you see me as a bad partner, I did so much for you, and these things do not add up to the things you've put me through.
So Beck reveals that info.
Felt that if I had left, that the animals wouldn't get taken care of, and I already knew that Amber could not take care of herself. In one of my last lives...
Nope.
No, and she proved it. The animals weren't... The animals weren't taken care of, and she had a really hard time taking care of herself. And now one of the cats is missing.
She ate it.
I'm 50-50 on whether the cat actually is dead or not.
Meanwhile, cats are so resilient and so like capable of like taking care of themselves too. That if it died,
yeah, but the cat got lost in Wisconsin after it had been spending time in Oklahoma and Kentucky.
She put it out.
Yeah, I think she purposely let it out, trying to extend her time with Emily.
Yep.
So.
Well, maybe the cat did what my cat did and went and found a better home.
That's what everybody hopes for. But nobody knows for sure.
And just so people know, when I say maybe he went and found a better home like my cat did, my cat got thrown out like garbage, and the better home was my home.
Yes.
Yes.
With Amber, you guys heard me say, who's the one that's been wiping you? And obviously,
I've stolen
I didn't
cats
mean
too,
for anybody.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yes, I think all of Jester's current cats were stolen.
Oh.
Technically, no. There was given, there wasn't stolen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His next cat he'll steal just for clout.
I don't do it on purpose. I like cats, and then they end up following me home, and then I just don't let them leave.
Aww.
They follow me home, and then I keep them. He is the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
I have an open door policy. They can all come in, but they can't come out.
I need to hear that, but you guys did. And I'd only said that because I was just so frustrated in that moment because she kept acting like I hadn't done anything for her. At
yeah,
one
and
point, she said that I didn't
one of the biggest issues is that
so I
Amber
feel like a
keeps trying to say that Beck didn't do anything for
and
her.
I'd felt like one since we had lived with Eric and Ricky. So that's where the whole wiping thing started, was when we were living with Eric and Ricky. And that didn't stop until the day we broke up.
A few days later, Beck does a Q&A with Mr. Snowflake, and she reveals more info about Amber. Somewhat shocking info.
Yes, I was extremely embarrassed when she would have me take pictures of her on the scooter for thumbnails. The whole hanging out with her in the scooter, walking around Walmart for hours was embarrassing enough.
You know, when you whisper to her who's been wiping your ass, she didn't look happy.
Yeah, walking around with her on the scooter would be embarrassing. Cause like the one time I had to fetch a scooter when I was helping Munchkin's great grandmother into the grocery store on his dad's side. I had to go get the buggy from the motor scooter from the front lobby and bring it out to the car for her. And the looks I got from people when I went in to get it and bring it out, like it was like death stares. And I really like, it was uncomfortable and I hated it. But I don't blame people because it's like, okay, you see this what looks like I am able-bodied fat chick walking up and getting one of these buggies and driving it. So like I get it.
Yeah.
So like I can relate to Beck being embarrassed at this. I wasn't embarrassed because I was with his grandmother doing the grocery shopping. It was embarrassing when I had to go get the buggy for it.
Yeah.
Because of the looks that everybody gives you when it happens.
What happened after the camera went off?
She was really mad about it. She told me that her audience is never going to let her live it down. And I think she told me to lie and say that I was just joking about it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Amber then goes on her second members only stream.
You can't lie about something
in the only way she knows how.
I will take accountability for what I did wrong in that relationship.
No, you won't.
All day long.
No, you won't.
I'll admit to everything.
Her accountability was I did X, but Becky did XYZ. That was her accountability. It wasn't, she didn't take accountability for anything. She would take accountability for the minor things, and then she turned it around and said, well, Becky was worse. It was not accountability.
But what I don't think is fair is like the exaggerations, the lie.
I love how you have to, she had to pause there and think about what to say next.
Yep.
I don't want to defend myself. To protect my peace, I would rather, as I said on Instagram, I would rather sit in a bowl of lava and let all of my skin burn off.
Girl, if you wanted to protect your peace, you wouldn't be responding to any of this. You wouldn't watch reaction channels. You wouldn't be paying attention to what Beck is saying. You would be telling everybody, I don't care what Beck is saying. It doesn't affect me anymore. I'm moving on. But you're not. You're responding to everything.
Yep.
And what makes all this even better is she wasn't angry about Beck like exposing some of her habits. She wasn't angry about Beck exposing her as a financial and emotionally abusive person. She wasn't angry about Beck exposing the fact that she has what everybody calls choker chain cheese, which is where her choker on the back of her neck is just builds up gunk. She wasn't upset about any of that. What she got mad about was the fact that Becky put into detail how she fucking wiped herself.
Yeah, because that's the worst thing.
And it's... she is so weird. Like, it doesn't make sense the things she gets mad about. Like, it doesn't. And the only reason Becky said that was because she wouldn't let it go.
Amber, I think there's a song about letting it go.
Yeah, but Disney copyrights everything.
To a bunch of people who already have their mind made up about me. Like, to now have an ex just like come out of the woodwork and just share like some really vulnerable things is wrong in my opinion, because I would never do that to her. I would never do that to anyone I've been in a relationship with.
But
ever.
You have.
I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, they're lying about this, they're lying about that, and I'm going to defend myself here and I'm going to defend myself there, because no one wants to hear that. Like, no one genuinely wants to hear that.
Then don't address
like,
it. Don't talk about it.
It no longer is becoming like, oh, Beck is sharing their story. It's becoming more like, oh, like this is exploitation almost.
So Amber accuses Beck of exaggerating and downright lying about her and exploiting her. Then Amber decides to address this publicly in her live stream called Breaking My Silence, where she again accuses Beck of lying. And while she does admit to having to be wiped, she says Beck was lying about how long the wiping lasted
Yeah. See, she is the prime example of, nuh-uh, you did it.
Mm-hmm.
She is like a toddler. I swear my 10-year-old has more maturity than her.
The 5-year-old might too.
And that the reason for it was only because of her recovering from surgery and not solely due to her size, like Beck had inferred.
Beck says that.
No, when the wiping started, it was probably due to surgery. But the fact that it continued, and I don't believe her because she didn't even want this to come out to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember people asking how her hygiene was maintained after her surgery, and she refused to answer it. But it wasn't
I
until
use cloth on the stick.
but it wasn't until after Becky whispered that in after they broke up that she ever admitted that Becky wiped her after her surgery.
Okay.
They wiped me. Okay, so
She is so angry.
Beck started wiping me after my hysterectomy, and it continued on after that. This part is embarrassing, and this part I am going to be accountable. Here we go. Accountable Lynn coming in at you. So, wiping for me has always been extremely hard as a bigger girl, obviously. If you were bigger, my size, it's hard.
Just get a rag on a stick.
That was
they make sticks that do it, that make it just as easy as if you weren't fat as hell.
Yep.
Sticks.
I'm pretty sure there's an infomercial about that stick.
Yeah.
Was a big thing for me that I was like, how am I going to be able to wipe myself because it's hard already? I'm not going to be able to. So this is something that I was like, at the time, I was like, Becky, like, are you going to be able to do this for me? Like, I'm really embarrassed about it. And they were like, of course. Like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. So when I was healing, I physically could not do it. Like,
yes, we understand that while you were healing, you couldn't wipe yourself. We understand that as a community.
Yeah.
We understand that as adults.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what everybody is like shocked about and disgusted by.
It's the fact that you let it keep going.
Yeah.
Way past the point that you had to.
Physically could not do it. And so Beck did it for me. Me not being able to wipe for, it was like honestly a few weeks. And
if you're healing from a hysterectomy and you're already big like she was, one, it's going to take you at least 3 months to heal. It's not a few weeks. You're talking 3 months to heal. For the average sized person, it's 3 months to heal. For her, it's probably closer to 6 months. Because the main reason that surgeons do not like cutting into morbidly obese people, and the main reason that she couldn't have her gallbladder removed and she couldn't have weight loss surgery, is because she has too much fat on her body. Fat is extremely hard and extremely dangerous for surgeons to cut through and deal with. And it doesn't stitch back together very well, and it doesn't heal very quickly.
Nope.
They don't like doing it because it's very risky, and it leaves so much open for infection. The only reason she had a hysterectomy when she did is because she was literally bleeding to death. They've already stated that they will not take her gallbladder out even though it is failing until it becomes sepsis, because she's too fat to do it safely.
Yep.
Without it being an emergency.
Yep.
Already something that
and
was already
if you go septic, you're half dead anyway.
Yeah, if she goes septic, she's not coming back.
No.
She doesn't have the support system to come back.
Nope. He does not.
So hard for me. I kind of lost the ability to do it.
And she gets cellulitis like
Beck wiped me
all the time.
Yeah.
And every time she gets cellulitis, she says it takes longer for the antibiotics to work, which means her body is building up immunity to it.
Yep. And soon she's just gonna be fucked.
Yep.
I would say a good 9.
What, honey? I heard
I
you.
didn't say anything.
I heard you say something.
9 months.
No.
Okay.
Now, not only was Amber saying Beck was lying, or at the very least,
you're in a 5-year relationship, like that is what you are going to do. Beck clearly wiped you. See, this is like that moment where I was like, where I literally almost slipped, and I was like, you know what I did? You know what I did for them? Oh, but I can't. I would never.
But what the fuck?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Use them?
What did you do for them? What did you do, Miss? Bite my lips sexily to the side and think I look cute?
Be fat and buy them T-shirts. That's what you did for them.
Buy them chapstick as a Christmas gift.
And make them pay choosy and torture them for days. Which earrings look better? I don't fucking care. Get the fuck out of here.
Pick one of these poster pictures. Pick one of these calendar pictures that I ripped out of calendars. It's so
sad.
Just to let you know I'm still alive.
It is sad, but it's what's even more sad is I forgot this is that like Becky said that the wiping began before her surgery. So like it's been going on for at least 2 years. And
well, if you're 450 pounds,
she was 550, 600.
And you're that size. Yeah, you can't do things. That should be, word one of, hey, lose some weight, dummy. You can't function without another person helping you. That should be the first thing on your mind. But not her.
As somebody who is bigger, but also, well, I'm not bigger than her, but as somebody who is overweight, is obese, and is tall, like I am 5'9.5", 5'10". I am tall for a woman. For my current weight, I have to move things to do stuff. She does not have the mobility or the ability to move her gunt enough to be able to reach anything. Her arms are too short.
T-Rex arms.
The only way that she was ever taking care of herself is doing it like Beck said she was, where she was physically like putting something on the counter and wiping her ass with it, or if she had a rag on a stick, or if somebody was doing it for her. She can't, even at this weight, I do not feel like she can do it. She has something helping her. She cannot reach there.
No way in hell she reaching back there.
There's no way she can reach her asshole, and there's no way she can reach her pussy. It ain't happening.
No.
She's having to use something to help.
Yep.
Whether she has hired a caregiver or whether she has gotten a rag on a stick, she has to use something to do it. Her arms cannot reach around all that fat. They just can't.
I feel bad for that rag on a stick.
we all feel bad for the rag on the stick, kitty.
Oh, it's an inanimate object.
It's an inanimate object. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It doesn't have feelings for me to feel bad for it.
You're supposed to join in with the jokes with us, honey.
I just get the joke. Okay. Like you don't feel bad for nappies, do you?
I do. I feel bad for all nappies because they shouldn't have to go through that. Kids should be potty trained the moment they come out of the womb.
Yeah, the lazy bastards.
I know, right?
Lazy little
Amber
shit
also
child.
accused Beck of having poor hygiene.
We both had hygiene issues.
So then Beck, understandably upset at being accused of lying and being threatened, releases their rebuttal video and gives more detail about the situation.
Yeah, see, this is where Amber keeps fucking up. If she would just walk away, if she would just move on,
waddle away.
waddle, 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 waddle. I'm gonna have to find the grape song.
In my opinion, to prove that what they've been saying all along isn't a lie or an exaggeration.
After Amber's cancer scare and hysterectomy, I was the one who took care of her while she was healing. And yes, I was the one who wiped her. But I wiped her plenty before that. I believe from sometime
Becky was
in
like
2019 to
she
June
did it before
2021
that.
when we broke up. Before I started wiping her, she would use washcloths to wipe. She would set them on the corner of the sink, and then she would turn herself around to wipe herself on it. And then she would throw them away. Our roommates started to notice that their late mother's washcloths were disappearing.
Ew.
And they confronted her about it.
Like,
she wanted me to light them for her, but I didn't.
Yeah.
She ended up buying more washcloths for herself, and instead of throwing them away, she had me wash them in the sink and then put them...
Like, that part to me is like the nastiest part of it. You washed shitty washcloths in the sink.
Yeah.
That you brush your teeth at, that you wash your hands at, that you do your makeup or your grooming or your beard trimming or shaving. You washed shitty washcloths in that sink. That is just nasty.
Beyond.
Yeah, when you use a washcloth to wipe, you throw the fucking thing away. You don't wash it.
Also, if you're at the point that you're using the washcloth for that.
But she had her slave there to do it for her. Her emotional slave.
Yeah.
Them in the washer. Wiping ended up being the lesser of two evils at the time.
Now, at the end of the
now, see, I have to agree with Beck on that one. If I was given, not given, but if I was in a situation where I had to choose between washing out dirty washcloths or just wiping them, I would just wipe them.
Yeah.
Because that's wipe them, throw it in the toilet, flush it, wash your hands, and walk away.
Yeah.
So, I agree with Beck on that one.
This screenshot was taken from a vlog Amber uploaded in September 2024, and
I'm going to rewind that a little bit.
Thing people have noticed that makes what Beck said sound believable. This screenshot.
There ain't no way. There's no way that these arms are reaching under this shelf ass to wipe her ass or reaching underneath this gunt to get to her pussy. There's no way. No way in hell.
Oh my god, they're tempted. Love the hell out of you.
Look, unlike the rest of the fucking community, I don't give two fucks. I am not monetized. If I do become monetized, I still don't give two fucks. Because unlike the rest of the community, if YouTube wants to kick me off, I will go to Rumble. And Rumble don't give two fucks.
That was taken from a vlog Amber uploaded in September 2024. And I don't know, that seems like a lot of washcloths for just one person. But again,
I mean, all right. To be fair, I will say, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. My stack of washcloths looks like that, but that's just because I bought a whole bunch because I couldn't find the ones I had. And then I bought more. And then when I moved, I found them all.
Oh no.
So now I have a stack like that.
Now, to be fair as well, there's a lot of video evidence of Amber banging on the wall to get Becky to come and wipe her off.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, there is.
Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decide who to believe. I'm just here to show y'all how we got here. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, it's all about how we got here. And the salty, I like the salty crab because she's a little bit more salty like I am. So sometimes her commentary is nice.
You're salty. No.
So she's usually pretty good about how she recaps things. I do not have the patience to try to sit through the original content and recap stuff, hence is why I use other people.
All the use.
Because like I refuse to talk. I refuse to like go to Amber's channel and use any. I refuse to go to her videos and give her any type of views. I refuse to. Some of the reaction channels pay for her live streams. Ain't no fucking way in hell. So I will just take whatever everybody else decides they want to throw out there and look at it.
So, I'm supposed to berate you for watching this. That was the premise.
Well, I figured you and Jester would berate us for watching this and actually understanding the lore of these women.
I'm just gonna judge you silently. Just
that might
now,
actually hurt more.
you are being severely judged.
Severely judged. We are judged, Kitty. Judged.
You're almost at the level of being tutted at.
Oh no, not tutted at.
He might do the British tut, which we all know is the worst form of rebuke.
Exactly. CJC, you got it.
No.
Why?
But no, we are basically caught up with Amber now. We have hit the current times. The main thing is her and Becky are going back and forth, and Becky's stories sound far more credible than Amber's because Becky is also willing to accept blame.
That wasn't perfect.
Or accept responsibility where she had her own issues. And Amber's is, I'm going to take accountability, but I'm going to say Beck was worse. Which, as we all know, does not make anybody believe you.
We didn't even get into the choosy.
Oh,
which is
but
choosy.
There's so many
I'm going to hold
things.
you hostage and make you pick which journal is better than the other journal. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that for 3 days in a row. You're a psycho.
This was a game I made up to deal with the trauma of my parents doing drugs. That was her excuse. Her excuse was that she made up the game Choosy to deal with the trauma of her parents doing drugs.
I fucking hate her.
Sounds more like a game that parents did while they did drugs.
If this was my daughter, I would be on drugs.
No, that's play a game called Choosy.
Oh, just remember, guys, she picked up a piece of meth and just ate it when she was
8
or something.
Yeah,
I'm shocked she's alive.
If she truly ate a chunk of meth, she would not be alive.
No.
Oh no! All of her bullshit. Half of the stuff that she has come up with, the community has figured out came from a book.
Yeah,
that she read.
I will acknowledge that she had a tough childhood, but it is nowhere near as hard or traumatizing as other people that I personally know. This woman, I even hesitate to call her a woman. She tries to act like she is so traumatized and she is owed this and owed that. And I know people who truly are traumatized
The book is
you just
called
can't.
A Child Called It.
Oh,
Like,
come on. I fucking read that book so many
like
times. Oh
yeah, like
Ugh.
literally half of her childhood stories come from that book. She's full of shit. She's retarded, and nobody should give her any credence of anything. Period.
No, well, no.
Babes will use the R
I
word
I
on you.
I will say that she gets a little bit of credence because there is public record of her parents being drug addicts and of her having in collaborating stories from different people who do not like her, that she went into different foster care situations. I do not believe any of her timelines. I do not believe the intensity of her foster care stories. Um, I do believe that her family probably did cut her off at one point because she seems like she's always been a fucking cunt. And I
But
think she
she
over
saved her little
exaggerates.
brother from strangling in the blinds.
No, she hasn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
She's probably the reason little brother was being strangled to begin with.
Yeah, she didn't do that. And if she truly ate a piece of meth off the floor, she would not have been allowed back at her parents' house. Her parents would have lost custody permanently.
You probably wouldn't be doing it alive right now.
And yeah, and she probably wouldn't have been alive.
But all those trips to Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah, that shit always. That's why her stories don't make sense. I've been to Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah.
My dad owned a shop. We went camping. We went to the lake. How did your family manage to do all this, but yet you didn't have food
Grew
in
up in the
the
foster care
house?
system.
And
grew up in the
you were
foster care
constantly in the foster care system.
She's lying either one way or the other.
Yeah.
Either she's lying about how good it was, or she's lying about how bad it was. Either way, she's
Probably
lying.
Both. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
both.
go with
I
both.
think she probably had some. I think she had some of the typical issues that you have with parents that are drug addicts. But I do not think it was anywhere near as traumatizing or as extreme as she makes it out to be.
No, I don't think it was either.
Now, there's plenty of evidence that her parents legitimately had drug issues, that she legitimately went into different foster cares, but I think the severity of things, I think that the traumas, quotation marks, the traumas that she tries to say that she has are not real. Because she does not behave like somebody who they would be real for. Somebody who truly grew up food scarce, somebody who truly grew up money scarce, would not behave the way she does.
Oh no.
No, they would be hoarding that money.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be going out to fucking Walmart and spending tens of thousands of dollars on fucking trinket junk.
No.
They wouldn't do that. I promise you, because I came from a family
I did too.
Didn't have a lot of money, and the last thing we would do was go and buy 17,000 plastic earrings, and just put them in a fucking crate and leave them there. It was the last thing we would do.
Yeah, I didn't realize how money strapped my family was until I was a late teenager. And my family was money scarce. Although my parents always did very well to try to make sure that we could have the best childhood they could provide.
Yep.
But I realized when I was a teenager that my family was money scarce. And there were times where we were food poor. Where mom made the cheapest meal that she could that would feed everybody. And we would have that for days on end. Where
you didn't have a bunch of junk lying around where you just bought willy-nilly. That just didn't happen.
No, and if we went out to eat at all, we went to McDonald's back when McDonald's was truly $1 menu or
once
less.
A week.
And we didn't even do it once a week. It was maybe once every 2 or 3 months. And all of us would get either a 4-piece nugget or a burger, and then 4 kids ranging anywhere from like 12 all the way down to however old I was, usually somewhere around 6.
Mm-hmm.
We had to share one small fry and one small drink. Now the drink wasn't a big deal because you get free refills, but we each got one burger or chicken nuggets, and we all had to share a fry.
The only thing that I'll say in her defense is it's barely is she's got free money coming in from YouTube, at least for a little while.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what to do with it, so she just spent money on retarded shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I get that. I mean, that's fine. I mean, poor people that come into money, they blow their money. I get that. But at some point, you have to be able to like hit a level where like, okay, well, this money is coming in. I'm not going to waste it. This one just wastes every bit of money that she has. Period.
She does. Yeah.
She's got some sort of mental deviancy at that point.
She does. She has something going on mentally. I do not think she has bipolar.
No, not. I
don't think she has BPD. I don't.
No,
think
she's probably a
she
narcissist.
Is.
I don't
very,
think
I think she's a narcissist. ASMR.
I don't think she's ASMR.
Scratchy voice. Scratch. She's got that syndrome. She's super scratchy.
She is too proud of her diagnoses for any of them to be real.
Oh yeah. No.
Nobody who has been legitimately diagnosed with some sort of mental issue is proud of it. No. She's proud of it.
Yeah, they don't wear it on their sleeve. They don't.
She's a freak.
I don't know how many mental people you've met. I've met so many proud mental people.
No.
I don't know what makes them mental.
No, she's a clout monster. That's all she is. Period. And which is narcissistic. That's what she is.
With the type of mental disorder she's trying to claim she has, honey, all the people that I've ever met that have truly been diagnosed with them, one, it took anywhere between 2 to 5 years to get the official diagnosis. And that was with them going to see the psychologist or the other guy. You got the psychologist and
the
psychiatrist. Yeah. They were seeing them for anywhere between 2 to 5 years before they got the official diagnosis. It's not you take this questionnaire and we have 1 or 2 sessions and here's your diagnosis.
Oh God, she's done like those online things
the online
lately.
things. No, they don't.
I think we were already over this. BetterHelp is a scam.
Yeah, she did the narcissist test a couple years ago.
That reminds me. You BetterHelp and use promo code SCAM.
Hey, there you go. Promo code lady. Just ram it in. Just ram it the fuck in. You'll get 15 or 20%. I don't even know. Just do it.
Yeah, for 80% off. Promo code SCAM.
For 80% off, whatever the fuck it is we're doing.
And Raid Shadow Legends. Just type in lady. You'll get 25% off. It'll be great.
So where we go from here is so we've done our introduction into Amber Lynn and have caught the men up to what's going on with her. Whether they remember it or not is totally up to them.
I hope I don't. I've already forgotten most of it.
So next time we have to do the catch up with Foodie Booty.
Oh God, what a horrible bitch.
Oh, she's so nasty. Her personality is just something else, and her lies are worse than fucking Amber's. And what makes it worse is she believes them.
Yeah.
Well, Amber's a wet blanket Foodie is just a psycho. She's just
Also,
the worst.
Amber, to my knowledge, didn't bury a dead hamster on a public beach to traumatize some child.
Yeah.
Sometimes poor little kid's gonna be digging up sand to make a sandcastle.
That's amazing. I want to do that. Can we do that?
No, bad Jester. No.
That's good. We ought to do that on every public beach. Just start.
Start burying hamsters.
Yeah, Foodie just needs to bury her fucking wonky ass fucking eye in the fucking beach.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
I honestly think she's praying for death.
Probably.
I think she's given up. I think she's just trying to eat as much food as she can before she dies.
Well, she shaved her head and wears the hijab because it can cover her fucking bald ass head.
She shaved her head because her own health deteriorated to
Secret
the
is
point where
that's
she
why
couldn't keep her
that's
hair.
the only reason any woman ever wears a hijab is to hide the fact that they're bald. Don't let them fool you. That's why they're just so adamant that they can never take it off. Don't this is just religious reasons. No. It's just because they're bald.
Well,
And if you want your own
preview for
hijab, you can
the
get
next video.